Hello, everyone. Today we will be talking about the sunk cost fallacy and how it leads people and businesses to make poor decisions. So, what is the sunk cost fallacy? Essentially, what a sunk cost is an expenditure that has already been spent and can't be recovered. And so, essentially, rational decisions should ignore them. And what the fallacy is that people often continue to dig even if it doesn't make sense. This is usually due to loss aversion, which basically means that the feeling of the pain of losing your investment will be twice as intense of the pain of like gaining from your investment. And so people will just keep digging even though it won't gain them anything because they don't want to lose. And also the framing bias. And so this basically means that it they frame something so that it seems to be the right decision to continue. For example, the thinking miner is choosing to continue because he's gone too far to stop and he's imagining this person who's turned back before their pot of diamonds. Counterintuitively, the guy who's walking away is the smart one because he doesn't see a future. So he decides to cut his losses and look for another way to produce while considering his variable costs. And essentially, what variable costs are some things that can change with production amount. Fixed costs, they don't change. And essentially, you should ignore them when making a future decision. So let's look at an example. We have a case study here. We have Ohio's electronic classroom of tomorrow. So essentially, what happened with this is that there was a large online school for Ohio. And essentially, what happened is that the students lost major learning time and their test results were horrible compared to traditional schools. And so a Stanford study in 2015 showed that these online schools weren't effective. But due to the sunken cost fallacy, Ohio's Electronic Classroom of Tomorrow, the organization, decided to continue with this program. And so essentially, they dug a deep pit of costs, I think around like $6 million, $60 million, sorry. Which, yeah, crazy. For 3 years, they just continued to do this over and over, expecting something to change, but nothing changed. So, yeah, they should have thought about the variable costs and not the fixed costs. Here are my conclusions and takeaways. You should ignore what can't be recovered, and here are my references. Thank you.